Hey guys, Luton here, and today I'm looking at a game which really caught my eye at EGX in London this year, and that is Verdun. It's an FPS set in the First World War, or the Great War, and as you'd imagine it focuses mainly around trench warfare. It's a really interesting game, and as I say, it's an indie game. It only got a 4-man dev team, and at first glance you might be mistaken for sort of dismissing it as maybe looking a little rough around the edges, you know, it doesn't have that slick sort of AAA finish to it. But actually, the more you play it, the more I got pulled into this game, the more I actually appreciated some of the graphics and what's going on with it. As you will see in a moment, right now what we're doing is we're pushing up on an enemy line. You can see this yellowish cloud of smoke ahead of me. That's actually the mustard gas. And now I have to put on my gas mask, otherwise you will just get killed very quickly. I'm having to fight against these guys in the trenches, and I'm managing to get a couple of kills here, but you can just see how much this thing obscures your view. Yet it's essential, it's an essential piece of kit, and the gas attack before you move forward is a very strong tactic indeed, and it's one that, you know, our team was using multiple times throughout the game, and you can see I just got wiped out here. In terms of the damage model, it is extremely unforgiving. You're basically looking at a one-hit kill with almost any weapon, including pistols at even medium range. It's a 4-man squad system. You have very limited weapon options. In fact, most of the time you're only carrying a primary weapon, but it does depend on what kind of class you select. You can switch in and out of the classes, but they're preset loadouts. Okay, they're preset loadouts, so you can't really customize too much. There is, as you get on with the game, you unlock more weapons and you can have some limited customization, but all in all, they really try and focus you towards a certain point of view. What I like most about this game above everything else, and the reason why I'm suggesting it to you guys as my subscribers, the reason that I really enjoy this game is because of the amount of objective play. This game pushes objective play in an FPS like I have not seen for a long time, really. Not since perhaps like Battlefield 2, and even maybe more than that. This game really pushes you towards objective play. The way it works right now is, as you can see, we're pushing forward. If you look at the minimap, right down there it says attack, and there's a small timer. On the map itself, you'll see there's an overall timer. That's the round timer. So basically, the concept is you do like these waves of attack. So basically, we have time to attack across this sort of open ground and get to the enemy line. We then have to kind of secure and conquest that section. So it's like you have to kind of conquest and hold that area, okay? Once we are in that section, you'll see like the red circle appear in the middle at the bottom of my screen right here. Look at this lovely sort of, I really like this as we were kind of running through this kind of swamp water ground. It's quite horrific, but you know, quite nice to look at in some ways as well, and it makes a change from sort of the dead open ground that you go through. But anyway, you have to get up and cap those positions, and then basically once you are in that position and you secure it, okay, so you have to hold the line for a certain amount of time. You don't, not only do you have to move up, you then have to hold the line, and then once you've held that line, you then have to go through a period of defending before you can attack again. That long period of defending means that the other team that just lost it then get an opportunity to come back and attack and try and retake the position. So it's kind of like this constant tug of war, going back and forth, hold the position, attack, stop, defend, you know, and so you go through these phases where you jump up over the top and you run across and you're fighting and you try and get to the trenches and hold the line, okay, and then you might find that suddenly you don't move, you're staying in one place for, I don't know, 5 minutes or something, and you're sitting there picking off targets, trying to defend. Now that might sound incredibly campy, and it kind of is, but that's actually the point. It's the point of the game, is that they've tried to make it sort of, you know, near to the actual, you know, situations people were facing as they could. They wanted to encourage that style of play. So it's really brutal. I mean, we had several times where we just couldn't move forward. You'd jump up over the top and bam, dead. You know, you just get killed a lot. But then there's other times where we got lucky, and also it's one of those things where you have to kind of start to get a feel for the game, you know? You have to get a feel for, you step up out and then you get down and you go almost prone instantly, you know, and then you maybe step up and move again, and you're going point to point, and you're taking cover as you go, and then when you finally make some ground and you really get close to the line, you're thinking, you think, crap, I've really got to get my focus on right now, because you've really got to, you know, take that out, you've got to use that opportunity. So this game overall really surprised me. I didn't expect to enjoy it the way that I did, but basically what it came from was me maybe judging too quickly. I kind of looked at it at first glance and I wasn't too sure, but then when I gave it a chance and I really got into it, I really liked it, and so did Flame, and you know, I've got my squad to play with on this game. There's a whole lot more information about this game to go into as regards to squad mechanics. Again, it's all focused around that team play aspect. They really focus on the team play. And in fact, the more, you know, the better your squad does, the more powerful you become, and you get better access to certain things. I actually said to one of the devs, I said, you know, are you worried that by, you know, if you have a squad together, they're going to become almost a little bit too powerful in the game, and, you know, maybe that's a little bit unfair on some of the other players? And the dev said to me, he said, well, you know, those other players just need to get their shit together. I was like, okay, that's a fair enough answer. So I really enjoyed this game. Oh man, it's just a very emotive feeling when you're sort of looking down through the barbed wire. The barbed wire, by the way, is brutal. The barbed wire dictates where you can go. If you step into that barbed wire, it will kill you. It killed me. I move into it and it's this horrible razor cutting sound. Bam, it's like you suicide, you killed yourself. I've got more to come on this game, guys, but let me know what you think just from this little look. Drop it in the comments below. I've got loads more to show, so see you next time for some more Verdun.